Warning, this podcast may contain bad language and content that some listeners may find offensive, especially if you are anti-wedding.
Are there people who are anti-wedding? I'm sure there are. Well, we'll keep it positive.
Become a Mormon, then you can get married loads of times.
I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. Like, historically, it's a thing, but do Mormons still do that? I don't know. Don't know any Mormons.
Who cares? Let's get started.
Welcome to Seesaw Podcast
with T, Cleves, and Selina.
Each week, offering up a blurry perspective on life.
Welcome back to Seesaw. We are here again with Selina.
Cue for me to say hello.
Yes, I keep doing that. Like recently, I've done that a few times with other people. We have an episode coming out very shortly where I do that, and there's a huge pause. And it's just like I need to warn people. Like, I'm going to say your name, and then you say hello. But I don't know. That would mean that we're professional. So how are things?
Things are good. I'm getting married in 11 days on the day that we're recording this.
Wow.
Not long.
Nervous? Happy? Excited?
Well, now I can say it's next week. I'm a little bit excited, but like the last few days, I've just been like, I wish I'd just hurry up and get here. I've been a bit grumpy. And the excitement's coming.
You've done all the work up to this point. You know, you just want to see the payoff, don't you?
Exactly.
So outside of the wedding, how are you? How's things?
Just fine, busy. Life's just non-stop lately. It's one thing after another. You're lucky to have me here.
Oh.
Squeezed you in.
I had to take advantage of you sending me a text saying, "Oh, should we record?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, Monday. It's like, "Yes, okay, we'll do that," because it might not be for a while afterwards. So get what we can.
Commit myself, and I'm here, ready to go.
Well, it's great to have you as always. And Cleves is also here. Hi, Cleves.
Hello.
Mr. Smiley today.
I am. I'm tired, man. I've been away for a little bit, and it's involved camping.
Yeah. And drinking.
Yeah.
And eating burgers.
Mm-hmm. But I'm good. I'm here. I'm raring to go. I actually love a good wedding, to be fair. So I'm pretty psyched to talk about this.
Awesome. Do you want to say where you've been? What made you so tired?
No.
Okay.
Ever the secretive.
Well, a good opportunity for people who aren't following us on Twitter to go to Twitter, because I did tweet a few times about where you were.
Oh, touche.
So
I didn't notice.
Oh.
I don't tweet often, and it is usually a shameless plug. So shall we get into the topic of the week? But first, we need to do quick blind news.
I'd like to point out that I have no quick blind news.
Fantastic. Well, Selina, have you got some quick blind news for us?
I do have quick blind news. So, guide dogs have released an app where you can now report access refusals.
What's an access refusal? Oh, no questions. Never mind.
Okay, well, that's... If it's used...
Oh, I know what that is. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah. If it's going to have some tangible benefits, then I think that's a great idea, especially when you see how often it happens, and it is a problem. Maybe we'll cover that on another episode going forwards, but today's a positive one. So I also have quick blind news. And on the note of positive, I'm going to do something super negative because it's the first thing I found in the very short time I was looking before.
We've got into trouble for that before.
Yes. A boy of 3 years old who was also blind has been found in a chest freezer in a home, and the parents have been arrested for murder and negligence. It's a horrible story, basically.
That was really horrible.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
But, gosh.
That's the news I found. Like, it's horrible news. But I didn't even know if I wanted to say it because positive episode. Maybe this is the balance of the seesaw.
Really? Fucking no. Oh God.
Nah, too far.
Dude, that is bad. It's bad if I'm horrified by it.
To be fair, when I was looking through news, that was anything that stood out, and obviously for the wrong reasons, because all the other stuff was about access refusals. That's all it was. Or for some reason, blind people like falling on train tracks lately. Like, I don't know what it is. We've already had Quit Blind News a few months ago about this happening. And there's like 3 other stories in the news over the last couple of weeks of more blind people falling on train tracks.
It's all the rage.
No tactile paving.
That's potentially it. Okay, shall we get super positive? So this week, we are going to be talking, and we've teased it for a long time now, but Selina's getting married, as she's already mentioned. So let's talk everything weddings. You can put in some party poppers there, Cleves, if you like.
I was thinking church bells. Yeah.
Church bells,
yeah, okay. I'll take
Not that I'm getting married in a church or anything, but...
Right, I'll give you my email answer. We've taken your feedback on board and we were looking to get into these changes.
That always means no.
Yeah, feedback. We haven't even done my feedback.
Oh,
no,
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know last time you didn't come with any feedback. All right.
Now I've listened. I'm,
Okay.
feedback. Okay. So I listened to the episode with Chad, and I'd like to know, how much did you pay him to give you all those compliments?
Oh,
He loves you guys. He loves you guys. Bless him.
We have to have one fan.
Yeah.
Super fan Chad. But yeah, I don't know if it was, I was thinking, is it the way it's edited? You've just left in all the bits where he's saying how great you guys are.
Yep.
And also you had Sam on the show.
Yes.
That was a nice episode. I learnt a bit. It was interesting. Seems like a well-informed guy. Oh, and that was going to be my other quick blind news, which was because he's got Stargardt's disease, and that was on your icons as well, because you obviously were inspired by Sam having Stargardt's disease.
Yes.
Apparently, Michael Owen's son's got Stargardt's disease.
Wow. Potential guest.
Well, he's 14. I don't know about having children on the show.
Oh, you get Michael Owen on as well.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there you go. Double news.
It was surprisingly positive feedback. I was expecting, usually I live for the criticism.
But
I've been doing all right. Yeah. I did actually as well. Look, I liked your episode where you're like your younger selves. What would you tell your younger self? That was a nice little episode as well.
see, we're not all doom and gloom, picking fights with everyone. We do nice things. Sometimes.
And then I listened to our episode with the last one with me in it.
Yeah.
Didn't love that so much, but and I didn't know, you didn't warn me that that episode I was in last that would be on your YouTube, what do you call it? YouTube stream, website, whatever.
Right.
Without it being unedited version. So I come on here and expect to be edited all nicely, and yet everything, I'm not listening to that, but everything obviously that I said would be on there, more or less.
Okay, that's entirely on me because I edit the YouTube videos, and by that I mean I top and tail it, put some credits in, and just put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
On the bright side, he's going to do the same today. So if you want to go back and say that he's done a bad job, or that you want to retract any of the statements that were on there, now's your platform.
Right, it's fine. I'm just going to be more careful about what I say today because I know it's all going to be out there.
Well, we can not release the YouTube one until after the wedding. So,
yeah,
there you go. No spoilers here.
I don't think your listeners are coming to my wedding, so it's not really a spoiler. But
Didn't you know they were broadcasting that on YouTube as well?
That's it. We're going to show up in disguise. No media passes either. I'm just going to stream the wedding.
There's no Wi-Fi where I'm getting married, so because I was going to actually live stream my wedding, but yeah, no Wi-Fi, so that was that.
Oh. Well, dial up. We have to do some extra long cable.
Well, it's more data use, but yeah, it costs too much.
I don't know why I dated myself by saying dial up. Okay, so let's chat weddings then.
Yes.
Please cue the bells again.
I hope I'm not lazy when it comes to the edit.
So, how long have you been planning the wedding, Selina?
18 months, more or less.
18 months.
Yes. Tip 1, do not plan a wedding this long. It's too long.
When did you actually get engaged?
So January 2021.
Wow.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it's like you've been planning it
So-
since the engagement. Then it's not.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's not get engaged and then leave it for 6 years like I did.
No. Oh, did you? No, I went straight in. God.
When you started planning, obviously we want to get into the nitty gritty of things and go from a blind perspective. So when you started planning, like, was that something that was on your mind throughout all of it, sort of just like kicking things off, like as far as like your thoughts from the beginning?
Okay. So I kind of had been waiting to get engaged, but actually I never thought beyond getting engaged. So I hadn't started planning a wedding at all, which I could have been doing for a few
Did
years.
you casually prompt him into engaging?
Yeah, pretty much. So I got engaged, and then pretty quickly, but I'm still not quite sure how exactly, we decided we would get married in Gibraltar. I do have a kind of friend / acquaintance that lives in Gibraltar, so that's where I got the idea from, thinking, yes, when he talks about Gibraltar, it sounds great, and it's part of the UK still, and see, the weather's lovely, and my dad is the youngest of 8, so I've got a lot of family on my dad's side. So I was thinking, I think, have it abroad and less people will come. And as well, my partner, Santi, his family, a lot of them live in Colombia, so they wouldn't be able to make it anyway. And so if I had a wedding here, it would literally just all be my family and none of his, really. So that's why Gibraltar. That's why.
And significantly less Barbary apes.
Yeah, and I do like monkeys, actually. I am a big monkey fan. Like, growing up, even if I couldn't get rid of them when I moved into my own home, like, I've got lots of cuddly monkey toys on my window ledges that I've brought from
Would have been cheaper to get married at Monkey World though, and closer.
Yeah, I've been to Monkey World. That was good.
I have as well. I quite enjoyed it.
I don't know about cheaper though. That's one thing I've learned. Weddings are expensive, no matter how hard you try to say, I'm not going to be like those people who completely double their budget. I'm not going to do that. It's just one day. Lots of £1,000 later.
So as far as sort of like the initial stages, like when obviously you said like got engaged, like, okay, let's go. So sorted the venue. I mean, was there any sort of, when you were booking the venue in Gibraltar, any sort of accessibility side of things? Or it was very much like the case of, no, we'll just deal with it?
So I've never been to Gibraltar. It'll be my first time when I go next week. And so I haven't seen the venue. I haven't walked around this venue. I'm literally going in blind. I can't like Googled weddings in Gibraltar, and then this top matches come up of these wedding planners. They sent me a list of potential venues, thought the garden sounded nice, picked it based on that. So it sounds great. I have no idea accessibility wise. I think there's a bridge to walk over, which I'm a little bit concerned about. I don't know how many steps there are that I've got to negotiate. I'm really hoping I'm going to get to see the venue before the actual big day, but I'm not 100% sure if I can or not. No idea. So this could be a little bit tricky. I'm just going to have to style it out.
Is Riley going with you?
No, Riley's going back to, well, they're called puppy raisers now, but his puppy walkers. So he'll have a great time with them. I don't need to worry about him. It'd be far too hot for him there, and he would take the attention off me. So no.
See, Wes was at our wedding, but he was only at the ceremony, and then I gave him to my brother to take him home and fed him, and then just left him at home. It's like, okay, you've done your bit now. You were there.
You didn't leave him for more than 4 hours, did you?
Oh, at that point, he would have been sleeping, so it would have been fine.
Nothing gets cut, Tony.
I know. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble. This is before they changed the rules.
It's always been 4 hours.
I was never informed. When did they change that?
You didn't know, no. And I was talking about venues. Sorry. So our ceremonies at the botanical gardens in Gibraltar, and our receptions on the Sunborn yacht. Again, which I've not been to. I have no idea of the layout of the room or how big it is or accessible.
It all sounds very fancy.
This is why we didn't get an invite. It's very fancy. Show up in a hoodie and flip flops.
I'm not sure we were like. I was going to say, I'm not sure we were on speaking terms 18 months ago. Not like that.
I don't know if we were doing the podcast 18 months ago. So
Yeah. Don't worry, Selina. We're not angry at all. It's fine. Yeah. Just when your appearances get less and less from this point onwards. Yeah.
I know you're going to get Chad on more because he's your bestie now. I know.
So, as far as sort of like decorations, color schemes, that sort of thing, like, is that being handled by the venue, or was that?
I want to go back before all of that, like planning a wedding before you even get into that nitty gritty.
Okay.
Invitations, save the date, doing that as someone with no vision. Everything in this world is really visual.
Yeah.
And so like getting ideas and stuff, it's not easy. And I never wanted a particularly standard wedding. I think a lot of people go into weddings and they want theirs to be different and stand out. Nobody really goes into it with the basic mindset. So save the dates first. We sent it on it was a magnet in the shape of a suitcase.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah. I can't remember what it says now. It's terrible. It's downstairs. Anyway, I've got a few visually impaired. Friends coming to my wedding. And I didn't want to just send them the save the date in the post, then you get it, and you're like, what the hell is this? So I actually brailled out the description for them of what the save the date says. So when they received it, they could actually read it and appreciate it. I was quite conscious of being inclusive, being blind myself, and not sending inaccessible things out to my friends. And then also with the invitations, which are in the style of a passport. Don't go on Etsy because you'll be broke. That's my recommendation for any wedding planning. So yeah, our invitation is actually so cool. In the shape of like a passport, and then it's got a little photo of us in the back of it all, and fancy. And I sent that out, boarding pass RSVP as well. I sent that out to my friends, and I emailed them before they received the invitation, my visually impaired friends. And I wrote a description out for what was on each page and what the invitation looked like. I was like, don't open the invite. Don't open the email attachment until you've opened you received the invites, and they could go through it like page by page. So I thought that was nice of me. They appreciated it.
That's great.
And with regards to the braille as well, we finally found a use for it.
Yeah. You don't know how many attempts it took me though to write these things out, like making mistakes and flipping Perkins.
Wow, Perkins! I thought you just when you said that, I thought you just printed it, like just got one of the little printer things.
No, got my Perkins out that was given to me by my uncle, who obviously is also blind, and gave me a long time ago as a present. So I thought I'd make use of it.
It is very nice because braille is very expensive, but as far as depressing gifts go, like I wouldn't want to get a brailer. If someone gave me that, I'd be like, thanks.
A man down the pub gave me a brailer once, then I sold it to RNC 10 years later. All true stories.
Yeah, well, they never break, so.
Oh, the backspace key doesn't work on my one.
Oh, you got the worst one.
I can't edit this.
So what was next on your list then?
So invites out, they were sent out in about August time to give, save the dates were about February time last year, and then the actual invites in August, obviously with it being a destination wedding, to give people time to plan. And of course everyone said they're coming, which wasn't the plan. Completely over invited originally. So we had got a maximum of a capacity of 50 people at the gardens, and we've got 42 of us confirmed. So I didn't think I'd be reaching those kind of numbers. So it's lovely that people are making the effort. And I think with COVID, people haven't had holidays, so it's been a good excuse to have a holiday as well. But then it was the dress, I guess. I got my dress last April.
That's a long time ago.
Because people said, like, oh, you need to get your dress really early because you got to have this, that, and the other done, and you can't just buy them. And then I ended up just well, this is going to go out after my wedding anyway, so I can reveal all. I'm having 2 dresses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is where the expenses start. So my first dress, I went to a couple of boutiques, and you try these dresses on. They don't have them in lots of different sizes, so they're just pinning me in. And as a blind person, you can't, if something doesn't fit right, you can't understand properly how it's going to look. And the materials, I kept thinking, oh, these feel really cheap and tacky, but apparently, you know, these are thousands of pounds worth of dress. Oh, I really wasn't enjoying my dress buying experience in the beginning at all. Really disappointed. I really wanted a shorter dress being abroad. I didn't want a traditional long dress. And then I went to Wed to Be, which is a wedding dress shop that sells dresses in all sizes, size 6 to whatever, 32 or something. That was really good, because actually trying dresses on in my size was a good start. So I thought I found a dress that I wanted, but the shop sold it, because this is like a standard shop, so they, you know, only have what's on the rack. And they had one available in Nottingham. So I went to Wed to Be in Nottingham with my mum, and I also invited my best friend, who is also totally blind. So I thought, well, she's going to have the same perspective on me as looking at dresses, which I kind of liked the idea of. And I tried on the dress that I reserved and thought I was going to get. And then I just thought I'd try on a few more for the fun of it. And I tried one on called Riley, just because it was called Riley. And that's the dress I've got. And it's completely not what I intended on getting at all, because I never would have tried it on if I really knew what it was like. It's strapless, and it's really long and bigger hugging, a really long train on it. Really nice detailing, but not comfortable, and just not what I was going for. But as soon as I put it on, like, my mum and my friend were like, yeah, oh god, this is so much better than the one I was planning on getting. You better have this on. So I got it, but then I felt like, this isn't the dress I wanted. So then I was being really grumpy, and I was going to return it, and then I didn't return it, I kept it. So then this is why I've got 2 dresses. So actually, I didn't get to see my second dress. My mum ordered it from China, JJ's house, which was a really risky move, because you hear all sorts of horror stories, but it's so much cheaper. And I'd already spent, my mum had spent quite a lot of money on my first dress. So I couldn't really justify spending a similar amount on a second dress. And it actually came, and it fits perfectly, and it's everything that I wanted in a dress. So I've got my main dress for the ceremony, and then I will change before the dancing starts into my second dress, which nobody knows I've got a second dress. So
mysterious,
quite exciting. I'm quite excited about the little surprises in my wedding, I have to say. I've really gone all out on this, so that's why this is going to be like a 2-hour, 3-hour podcast of this, right? We go down planning the wedding. So yeah.
So that's. I mean, you said that it was stressful, but by that sounds of it, Selina, you're not doing yourself any favours at all at this point. Like, double dresses and going abroad, like.
Yeah, I'll take 2 dresses, a venue I don't know, in a country I've never been to.
Yeah. Not taking my guide dog because it's too hot as well. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, at some point, you've got to think, oh, the registry office in a Wetherspoons, so much easier.
You know, your best friend, you said was totally blind. Is she maid of honour as well?
No, so I've not got any bridesmaids or maid of honours. She wanted to be bridesmaid, as did my best friend from school, but I wasn't a bridesmaid at her wedding. And my cousin wanted to be bridesmaid, and I've not let any of them be bridesmaids.
Okay, that's one way around it, yeah.
So yeah, I've not had to worry about them, which I think is the right idea. I mean, I feel a little bit sad that I haven't got that girly thing going on, but it's okay. It's one less stress.
Yeah, you got to cut down somewhere.
Yeah.
So what was the next step then?
So then I was trying to plan this wedding abroad all by myself. Trying to sort out music for the reception.
Where was Santi in all this?
So yeah, well, it's kind of more the girl's job, I suppose. He helped me with visuals and stuff, with invites and like explaining everything to me. And I was a bit stressy sometimes when I felt like he wasn't explaining things properly, but I'm sure he was. But it's just, I don't know, me wanting to know every single detail of what kind of blue is it though? What kind of like swirly lettering? What, like, I wanted to know everything. So I have been a little bit of a handful, I have to say. But yeah, trying to organise stuff abroad. Gibraltar's great, but actually there's not a lot of in Gibraltar, so everything needs to come from Spain with regards to entertainment and things like that. And I was just getting email in loads of places and just not getting very far and getting very stressed. And then I stumbled upon a Facebook post. So I must have started following rock occasions, but I don't recall doing so. I saw they had a donut wall advertised. I was like, oh, donut wall sounds good. So I messaged them, but I didn't realise they can organise your whole wedding for you. So I got them on board in October, I think it was, last year, and that has been a godsend, I have to tell you. They are amazing. I mean, they've made me go crazy on my budget, really, with all their ideas, but so good. Like, so now at the ceremony, we've got a harpist, we've got an ice cream cart after the ceremony, which I'm really excited about because I really want to be outside as long as possible. They've organised a transport for the guests from the Sunborn to the ceremony, and then guests for everyone back to the Sunborn for the reception. They've organised the DJ. The harpist is going to be at our reception as well. They found vegan cupcakes for us that they're organising because Santi's vegan, so we've had a lot of vegan stuff to sort out. The donut wall's vegan. The food they've negotiated with the Sunborn. Yeah, just really great, really on hand on WhatsApp 24/7. Like, do we do this, or do you need this, or do you want that, or can we have this? They've done the seating plans, the name cards, oh my god, and then decorations, which are costing a fortune to decorate tables, but all like matching colour scheme with blue and white flowers, and there's going to be candelabras, and it sounds amazing. But I'm really hoping, again, with the decorations, that no one touches anything before I've kind of felt and seen everything and messed it all up. I'm a bit stressy about that. Just let me see it first. But no, it's going to be good. I don't know if you can hear Riley crying in the background.
Can you hear Ted barking in the back of this one?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Riley's in yours and Ted's in ours.
Ted never shuts up.
Oh, poor Ted. I've got to see Ted soon.
Yeah, well, we'll sort something. Seesaw Live, maybe. You never know.
Ooh.
Featuring Chad.
You know what? He might fly over. And welcome back. We are doing this outro sans Selina.
She's too busy getting married.
Yeah.
She'll be in warm Gibraltar. Do you know what? It might even be warmer here right now. That'd be bad if that's the case.
It's probably going to be warmer like later in this week. Like, what, 36 it's supposed to get up?
There's substantially less Barbary apes here as well, though.
Yes.
I don't know how many Selina's actually going to get to see. I guess probably not a lot if you're in a wedding venue.
Yeah. But, of course, we wish Selina all the best on her nuptials.
Yes, for everyone here at Seesaw, i.e. me and T.
And Selina.
And she's wishing herself the best, I guess.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yep. From me, I hope you're not the one of two.
Well, we salute you.
What? Why salute? You made it sound like she's done some sort of charitable thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, services to the homeless, we salute you.
It's fucking hot, man. Come on. I'm not on the ball.
Okay. All right. So this is part one. We are going to roll part two at some point. It's got the rest of what Selina was talking about in this episode, and then all being well as well. When she's back from our wedding and honeymoon, she's going to come back and talk to us, fill us out on the rest of it. So that might not be next week, but look out for it in the future.
Gonna come back and do a Craig David for us. I told you it's hot, man.
See you in 7 days.
Thanks for listening to the Seesaw Podcast.
You can find us on Twitter at Seesaw Pod,
Facebook, Reddit, Instagram and YouTube at Seesaw Podcast. You can also email us at seesawpodcast@gmail.com. Like, rate, review, subscribe, and then you can also find us on TikTok, but get us on all the other places. This podcast was recorded in front of a blind audience.